just check my bank account and I'm good. I'm flexing, yeah, cause my singles going off in my hood. I'm flexing, yeah, everywhere I go, you know it's all love. I'm flexing.
Yo, what's good, Crazy Nation? It's your boy Espy of the Crazy. You know what it is. I'm back again with another reaction. This is to XG performing at Coachella week 2. I'm going to be doing this in parts, and I'm going to be taking my time with this as always. This is to HESONOO and XG. Let's get it. Let's go. Chills.
Welcome. Orbital phase initiated.
Oh, I got chills. I love this.
Accessing the main frame.
7. Life forms detected. Accessing. Hibernation deactivated. Landing sequence initiated.
Oh, I love this beat. What'd you say? I haven't listened to XG in a month. This is giving me chills. I haven't listened to XG in a minute. I was listening to XG a couple days ago, but not these songs. I haven't listened to these songs in a while. Oh, oh, the band. Shout out to the dancers. Hey, okay, Judy. Okay, I can see why people ask me to react to this. Yeah, the mics sound way better. The mics sound way better. Let's go, coconut. Damn, that feel none sounded clean because the band stopped, the drummer stops. It's it does like an extra breath. Oh, that sounds clean. Oh, it's cold. Huh. I want to say something. I've been copying a lot of criticism lately about talking about energy. See how they use their energy the right way, knowing that it's a long concert, and not blow themselves out? Do you get what I mean? They learnt from the first week. It may not, you don't have to, you don't like always have to perform 100%. Especially when you're doing concerts like this. You know, when it comes to Coachella, I feel like Coachella, you have to, at times, perform at like, what would you say, 80%? Like, probably like 80, 60%? You need to like pace yourself. Yeah, exactly. You need to pace yourself. Because you can't just blow yourself out. Because that's the thing. Like, was there, an hyphen, right? That they said that in their behind the scenes. They were like, oi, like, pace yourself. Like, don't go full out straight away, because once you do that, you get bloated, you know, you get exhausted. And it shows in performances. This is impressive. Like, they sound amazing. I'm understanding what XG are starting to do, and I'm liking it. I'm liking how they're pacing themselves. They're pacing themselves very wisely. And plus, I know that they did other performances in this one that they didn't do in the first week. So I'm curious to see how those songs sound in this. Because I'm pretty sure they do Mascara and the other one. I'm pretty sure they do Mascara and Tippy Toes, which I'm intrigued to hear. Let's lean into that darkness instead of just running around and... No, but they're not... Feel? Not like that. How do I... It's not, It's not like mad... Uncontrollable, that's the word that I was looking for. It's... The way that they're rapping is not uncontrollable. They're very in control of the way that they're rapping, if you know what I mean. Instead of doing power, it's tone. They're using their tone instead of the power. Do you get what I mean by that? Which is color, yeah, exactly. They're using their color instead of the power, which is very smart. Because then, when they kick into it, it hits like a motherfucker. It hits like dopamine. Hey. I'm excited for you know what. Ah. Woo. Nice. Chisa's like, y'all said we weren't singing. Alright, I'll fucking yell into the mic to let y'all know that we're singing live. I love Chisa. I love Chisa and I love Julia. I love it, man. They're like, I bet. Y'all say we're not singing. I bet. We'll show you we're singing. Wow. Damn. Wow. I love this group so much. I love this group so much, man. They're such an incredible group. It's so interesting that you can hear the other music that's playing in the backstage. Oof, here we go. Oh, wait, fuck. That's right. I've already finished. Hold on. Yeah. I got so caught up in the moment that I forgot that's HESONOO and XG. Sorry, but yeah. Anyway, I like this performance a lot. I feel like they really showed the difference between week 1 and week 2. But as well, I feel like a big problem with week 1 was the wind, which people don't address. The wind must have been impossible to work with. Like, must have been impossible to work with. Because that wind was insane. And it caught them by surprise, as we saw. Yeah, 100% it caught them by surprise. When in the, they had like behind the scenes of it. In the behind the scenes, you hear Chisa talk about it and go like, the wind was insane. And I feel like that's another big reason why their mics might not be as loud as they are in this one. Because I don't think people understand how bad wind gets picked up on mics. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think people understand how bad it gets picked up. especially on mics like that, those mics are very, very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. The what do you call them? The in-ear mics, right? They're like in-ear mics. They're very sensitive. And like if you hit it, so what I feel like most people do is they must do it like what, you know, like how we saw with Ion? They must do something like that with the mics where it doesn't pick up, because I'll be honest, it barely picked up wind, which is very impressive. That was very impressive. In the week 1 performance, it didn't pick up any of the wind, which is very surprising. You didn't really hear the wind. But as well, like you said, the backtrack was very loud in week 1. But not only that, that's expected. You're expected to have technical difficulties. For example, I don't know if anyone watched Glorilla. Glorilla performed at this stage as well. Before? I can't remember if it was before him or the day before. And she sounded horrible. She had a lot of technical difficulties where you couldn't hear her mic. It's like her mic wasn't working. That was crazy. That was one of the craziest performances that I ever saw. It was insane. Like, you could tell she was yelling at times and the mic wouldn't pick up. You know what I mean? Like, she would like be like talking very loud. Even when she was talking to the crowd, it would play up. I remember there was times where she was talking to the crowd and they had technical difficulties, and that's the biggest problem. At festivals like this, it's very unpredictable. You know? There's a lot of unpredictability about performance like that. Unless you perform main stage, because I don't remember any of the main stage performances having problems like that. But for example, that's why it's the main stage, right? Like that, I feel like that's expected because it's the main stage. Actually, wait. I say that Travis Scott's mic wasn't working at the beginning. I remember that too. Travis Scott's mic wasn't working in the first. Remember, in his first week, I didn't watch the second one. I watched bits of the second one, and his mic was working way better than the first week. I remember he had technical difficulties in the first week as well. I feel like a lot of artists had problems. Lisa had problems. Jenny had problems. A lot of artists had problems in the first week of Coachella. It was very Ty Dolla $ign before them. Remember? There was times where even Ty Dolla $ign was talking and the microphone wasn't picking up his talking. Ty Dolla $ign performed before XG, and I remember he had mic problems. It was mostly mic problems, which is very interesting. I think they might need to go back to the wired mics. Right? Like, I think they might need to start going back to those wired mics because there was a lot of technical difficulties. But as well, I wonder if that has a big factor with the fucking roof that they have over it. You know how they have that fucking thing on top of it? I don't know. And not only that, they're in the middle of fucking nowhere as well. I'm actually shocked they get good internet there. Like, to even stream it. But yeah, anyway. I really enjoyed this performance. Shout out to XG for doing what they do always. I'm keen to watch more of this, so keep an eye out for that. My next one will be Woke Up and whatever's after this. I'm intrigued. I'm keen to see what's next. But yeah, shout out to XG. That's all I'm going to say. If you like this, give this a thumbs up. Not only that, comment if you want to see more. Subscribe and remember, keep living a crazy life and stay blessed. Peace. Laters. Whoop.